Alina Habba, who was at one point Donald Trump's lawyer, then she ended up overseeing as his lawyer an $83.3 million award to E. Jean Carroll, Trump seemingly firing her. At the same time, it is typical that on appeal, you have different lawyers represent you. But is she still involved with Trump at all? Is she his TV lawyer? We just don't know. One point, people were talking about Alina Habba, Attorney General. That Alina Habba appeared on Newsmax looking absolutely terrible, disheveled, like we've never seen her, complaining about how Judge Kaplan warned her he would put her in jail, and saying all sorts of other crazy things. And there is a lot of interesting stuff here, which to me is just a reminder that Alina Habba, even when serving as Trump's lawyer, his real lawyer, right? Because Trump has TV lawyers and lawyers who try cases, etc. Even when serving as Trump's real lawyer, she was always more of, I guess we would call her an activist than an attorney. Take a listen to this and see if you can make heads or tails out of it.
Right. I think they're seeing it. I hope they're seeing it. You know, we have a judge that's trying to throw a civil attorney, threatening me that he's going to put me in the clink, I believe was what he said, because I objected to his ruling on an evidentiary issue. It was a PowerPoint slide that helped prove our case. And he said, no, you're not allowed to bring it in. I'm sorry. And I said, Your Honor, I have to put something on the record. I completely disagree with you. The evidence rules don't say it. And his response was, sit down, Ms. Habba, or I'm going to put you in jail. If that is the point we are at as a country, where we are...
This is a classic Trumpian move. The fact that she was completely out of order every day in court, filed motions incorrectly, seemingly didn't understand or ignored the rules of evidence, that is supposed to tell us that something is wrong with the country. This is like when Trump says, you know, if they can indict me, they could indict any of you. Yeah, we know that. They indict normal people all the time. The question was whether they would indict someone who had been in a position of power like a president. This is a classic game they play, which is self-victimization, and it's the country is at stake. When I got told to sit down by the judge, what it said about where the country is just terrible. Give me a break.
Literally suffer from this Trump derangement syndrome. Really, that it was like being in an epic Twilight Zone where no rules were allowed but for the other side. And then she goes out there and gloats and says she's going to buy France and a wardrobe and a motorcycle and this and that.
E. Jean Carroll is allowed to buy whatever she wants with the money. The assertions made during the trial, you know, Habba's an attorney. She's an attorney, but this is not what actual lawyers functioning as lawyers wouldn't say something like this. Why does she have to do whatever with the money? Now, E. Jean Carroll has said, we're going to do something good with the money. All right. She can do that or not. She can go out and attempt to buy France or Greenland or whatever. She can go buy clothes. It's not relevant to whether Trump, by the standards of a civil suit, more likely than not, based on a preponderance of evidence, did the things he's accused of having done. It just doesn't make any difference.
I want everyone to remember, and I said this in my closing argument to the jury, she's here to get a check. And after this, she will continue. She didn't care, about the defamation. She cared about the publicity. And I argued that ad nauseum. Unfortunately, when
we were all nauseous from her arguments, that's for sure.
You block a jury from seeing video footage, tweets that prove our case, when you block them from letting us have an expert, but they can have one. We were not allowed to have an expert. We tried twice. The judge wouldn't allow them in. It is so obvious. And unfortunately, that jury in that silo wouldn't know that because they're not allowed on the internet and they hear the rulings and they see a judge, putting an attorney down. Then that jury's going to believe whatever the judge is.
Yeah, God forbid the jury isn't allowed to watch Newsmax between days on trial. I mean, it's just crazy.
Leading them to believe. And on appeal, those rulings will come up. The one-sidedness will come up and we will prevail.
All right. So they probably will not win this on appeal, but obviously they're entitled to an appeal and it'll be sort of interesting to see what happens. Asked about the initial $5 million award. Also an interesting moment during this interview.
Did I get this right that she was initially awarded $5 million and they came
For
back
sexual assault. And then I want the world to remember something. We're in a planet
Yes. The world is paying really close attention to this.
where George Floyd got 40-something million. People that have wrongful death get 10 million. But this jury awarded for defamation for a sitting president to deny an allegation, to say, I didn't do that. I don't remember meeting this woman. And this actually works against sexual assault victims who are real victims. That's what his...
It's really important to know she's lying again. The defamation was not, I didn't sexually assault her, I don't remember meeting her. It included saying that she was crazy, that she was lying, that she's not attractive enough for Trump to want to sexually assault her, which is just a crazy, completely crazy thing. This is the caliber of folks that are working as Trump's lawyers. The criminal trials are going to be a real party if his criminal defense lawyers are anything like Alina Habba. Data brokers are constantly collecting huge amounts of information about what you do online, your address, phone number, email, financial info, even your political affiliation, and they sell that information to other companies. The FBI will sometimes even buy data in bulk to get information about Americans without a warrant. Your ex-girlfriend, your boss, anyone out there can use the publicly available data on search sites to find information about you. It's super easy. And worst of all, these data broker systems get hacked all the time, which really puts your data at risk, which is why you can end up getting scam calls and emails and the whole thing. The solution to all of this is our sponsor, Incogni. Incogni sends data removal requests to all major data brokers who are required by law to remove the information upon request. If any of the information stays online, Incogni will follow up about removal, and Incogni keeps you updated with details every step so you know what's going on and when the info is removed. What Incogni can accomplish is amazing. I use it myself. Go to incogni.com/Pacman and you'll get 60% off with the code Pacman. The link is down below.